A Dino De Laurentiis production. That's how you know it's good. This is a Danger Dive. Oh, sorry, I didn't welcome myself. Is it a new week or is it a new week? Highly ho there, Vocarinos. Jesus, I've just stolen from 50 different TV shows. Another week, more stuff. Not too much to mention, but I'll dive into what I do have currently. I don't actually expect anything else to come in at all. Genuinely, for once, I've looked at my list of things to come in, and I've only had this one box set, which is coming today, and I've got the Brett figurine from, I'm pretty sure it's Brett. Brett from Alien. I've got that figurine coming in from Amazon. Don't know when it's going to come in, but it should come in sometime this week. So that will probably be an addition to this. Outside of that, I went to JB, as per usual. They had a buy two get one free, 20% off. Same sale as last week. So I bought Danger Diabolique. Unfortunately, only the standard edition because, the original edition sold out a long time ago. And I haven't found a, secondhand version of the original print, which is fine. The film I mentioned last week, what the fuck was that? Do I still have it here? Yeah, No Way to Treat a Lady. I actually had found that a second time. I went to Epping and I found this. And I found another version of No Way to Treat a Lady. That one was a lot more dented and everything, all around, and I was like, I'm kind of happy with the one I got. I could have bought it for the sale and then tried to resell it kind of deal, but I'm like, yeah, but I know a lot of people would want that mint, so I'm like, I'll just let someone else stumble upon it, that kind of deal. So Danger Diabolique, never seen it, interested to watch it. Second in the buy two get one free is the Bridges at Tokori. This was an instant, this looks interesting, number 30 for the imprint line, nice artwork for the front cover, classic war film. Looked it up, had a pretty good rating to it, 80% Rotten Tomatoes. I like to get some kind of an idea as to how a film might perform. Usually, not always, but sometimes. Because I haven't always done research on the film. Sometimes I have done research on the film. But yeah, so it's got some nice stuff to it. I like the artwork as an overall. Not much in terms of special features. It's another Paramount Pictures, so that could be it could be a good transfer, it could be a bad one. You got audio commentary by film historian Alan K. Rode. You got a visual essay on the career of actress Grace Kelly by critic Kat Ellinger, and a theatrical trailer. So there's not too much, but the visual essay and the audio commentary is a pretty good addition. I like usually getting those, even the Danger Diabolique. Danger Diabolique has a lot of stuff. You got audio commentary by Mario Bava. Biographer Tim Lucas. Did Mario Bava even do this film? Oh my god, holy shit. Wow, alright, I can put that up in my Mario Bava collection. How fucked is that? I didn't even know that Danger Diabolique was actually a Mario Bava film. It looks like Mario Bava did a, James Bond ripoff. But that's insane. How did I not know that? Well, I know I've heard of the name before. I've seen it on the shelf a plenitude of times at JB, but never bought it. Interesting. It even says a 60s psychedelic snapshot from horror maestro Mario Bava. Fuck, that's cool. Alright, so then you got audio commentary of actor John Philip Law and Tim Lucas, exclusive video essay by film historian Kat Ellinger, as per usual. Danger Diabolique from Fumetti to Film, 2005 featurette. Body Movin' Beastie Boys music video with optional commentary by Beastie Boys Adam Yorch, and a teaser trailer. But yeah, he directed the film. A lot of this is a Dino De Laurentiis thing. That's the big catch of this, which is interesting, to the point that it doesn't actually say who wrote the film. It just emphasizes Dino De Laurentiis production. Who it stars. Produced by Dino De Laurentiis, directed by Mario Bava, and Italian-French co-production Dino De Laurentiis Cinematografica SPA Rome. That's it. It's from 1968, so yeah. Interesting. The other one was a buy two get one free, was something I got as a birthday gift for a friend, so that worked out for that. Obviously, Father's Day in Australia has come and gone. Don't worry, you Brits. It's not that time of year. And I think America also shares the same Father's Day as the Brits. I think it's just Australia that has like their own one. I don't know. It's different for most countries, which is very bizarre. Anyway, as a collective, myself, Sam, and Noah, my brothers, got this for our dad. This is obviously the Get Back documentary. I bought it a few months ago, you know, when it came out. Dad had seen it on Disney Plus because I have Disney Plus that I don't pay for. So yeah, it's a pretty nice set. I'm a bit iffy about it. It does have 3 discs. Includes part 1, the band gathers at Twickenham Studios to rehearse for a concert. Part 2, rehearsals continue at Apple Studios and the mood lifts. Oh, wow. Part 3, the Beatles perform on the roof of the Apple offices. I'm pretty sure I've seen part 3 and part 3 only, but I don't know if that's part 3 is in the, part of the documentary part 3. I think it is. I don't think it actually has the concert, the actual rooftop concert, outside of just that thing. Maybe it does? I don't know. I've only seen the rooftop concert in cinema, so yeah. But it's got obviously really nice artwork. Some people probably have already seen this, but you know, the artwork that they use for the Get Back, I think it's alternate artwork that they use for the Get Back cover, or this was like one of like the original idea with like the young versions of them, the old versions of them, older. You get the poster for the actual documentary, which I think is really nice. I like the gloss as well. Yeah, then it has the same written title of there on the spine and on the top, and the 2022 copyright on the base, and nice sturdy hard box. Open up and you get this, which I keep saying obviously as if you know this. It folds out, which is cool. You get the whole like look of the setup for the band for when they played. Performed, recorded. That's the one. I've seen parts of the documentary. I saw parts when my dad binged it on a weekend. Yeah, and then you get a bunch of like behind the scenes production stills, and probably like in documentary stills as well. You get disc 1, which is in there, which I don't really want to take these out of their slots because I'm really concerned that they're going to scratch. So that could be an issue. I don't know. I imagine Dad will be taking them out of their slots anyway, probably soon enough to rewatch the documentary. And yeah, that's the calendar till the live show. And in this pocket here, you get your art cards, which include Georgie Boy, Ringo Boy, Paulie Boy, and Johnny Boy. Yeah, not bad, actually, not bad at all. I definitely should have watched this. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. It was obviously a very big thing when it came out. People put it on the letterbox. Oh, look at this. I watched this really long Beatles documentary. And I'm like, cool, you do you, whatever. I know I watched like 8 days a week in cinema and stuff. And I watched the concerts, the actual rooftop concerts in cinema, which I thought was really cool. It was good to see with a crowd and everything. The 8 days a week one was better to watch in cinema, I think, than the Blu-ray, because the Blu-ray doesn't include the actual concert, where the concert, if you saw it in person, it did, like, if you saw the documentary in person, it did actually have the concert at the end of it, which was really cool. The Hollywood Bowl, I think it was, I don't know, the one that was so loud that they could just improvise stuff and the people would still keep screaming the whole time, that concert, So, yeah. Overall, really bloody nice set, and definitely worth getting if you're a Beatles fan. If you can still pick it up, I know it's limited edition. I haven't seen it basically since I initially bought it, so to my knowledge, it's probably out of print. I don't even know if they would reprint it. I don't know if they really needed to put it as limited edition, maybe because it's like, in contract with Peter Jackson, we'll put it in print so people can actually buy it in physical. But most of the time, if you don't buy it in physical, or you don't get a second-hand version of the physical copy, or if they don't do a standard edition release, because this is, of course, the collector's set, I don't think they're doing a standard edition release. I haven't seen any news on one, but you can obviously go watch it on Disney Plus, so where it premiered. also noteworthy because I don't know if it was in this video or if it was in another video, but maybe I had already mentioned it. I'll just chuck it in here just in case. My dad was watching the Get Back doco. I know I must have mentioned this on like Snapchat or something. I know I feel myself talking about this to some degree. Dad was watching the Get Back documentary. The one that was on Disney Plus that I got him the Blu-ray of. The Blu-ray sucks. The packaging is great, sure, unless you hate that kind of disc probably scratching. He says it comes out really easily, so that's fine, I guess. It does come with a concert, which is nice. That wasn't on Disney Plus, at least not to my knowledge. But it's got like insane DNR, so digital noise reduction. It looks terrible. Like, I haven't seen something look that shitty since, well, arguably in terms of remasters, since Terminator 2, but also just in general, like, it's one of the worst Blu-rays I've seen in a long time. And I've got a lot of imprints. I don't blame Imprint, though. This is like big budget Disney. Like, clearly they made a collector's edition, and they're like, let's kill off all the grain and make it look like shit. So then people keep their Disney Plus accounts and keep buying Disney Plus so they can watch the documentary, which is better on Disney Plus because it doesn't have as much noise reduction. I would like to look through the clips, but I do remember Dad watching it, and it looked pretty good. And when I watched it in the cinema, the concert, it was a bit of both. There was some parts that were a bit, some noise reduction. Maybe it was just like low quality cameras because some of the cameras that they used weren't so great compared to other ones that they use, like the ones on the rooftop. On the other rooftops, like looking across the street kind of deal, weren't as great, but the stuff that was on the rooftop looked fantastic, so I can understand that. But maybe there was some noise reduction to some degree because some footage had more noise than other, because I've even, like, Dad has mentioned how, like, he's seen the original print of it and it looked like shit because it did look like shit, like the original film that they had made for that before it became the documentary. But yeah, so the documentary, it just looks terrible. It sounds really good. It just looks like shit. It has no special features, it sounds ironic because it's a documentary, but it's like, I don't know, documentaries can still have special features. Just because it technically is a glorified special feature. I guess you can add the perks of it comes with the concert, which you can only get on the disc unless you saw it in cinemas. So yeah, I wouldn't really suggest it. I mean, maybe even most websites. This is long news, but even most websites have said that, like, for diehard Beatles fans only, because they will probably be like, it's fine as long as I own it. I can still watch the Disney Plus version, and then I can watch the concert on this. Dad happily is watching the Blu-ray and doesn't care about how shitty it looks. To the point that I don't know if he noticed until I pointed it out. I'm like, why does this look like crap? And then also he spent most of his time on the phone, like on his phone, like doing shit on his phone or on his laptop. So it's like mostly background noise anyway, because he's seen it all before. So, and he sat here in this room and just watched the TV for like 9 hours straight. So yeah, I don't expect him to really give that much of a shit. But I just think it's really disrespectful from Disney's point of view. Really, or from my point of view of Disney, really disrespectful. I saved myself about $50, maybe $60, because I bought this. This is Mad Men. This is actually the British version of the box set, which has pictures all the way around. It is second hand, so this is a bit worn, but I'm happy to keep it on because the artwork just kind of matches that. But there's no real dents or anything. There's some obvious, if you look underneath enough light, you can get some lines and delineations and some dirt. There's a crease on the corner, but outside of that it's fine, and I don't really notice the crease. I could actually just probably, because this just comes off that way, I could just spin the box around. I don't really need to have it displayed with the creased end at the front, not really, but I probably just will. I don't know, maybe there is a sizable difference at the front. No, it all looks the same. It does all look the same. Okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so it comes with all of those every single season. I was going to see if I could just buy them all individually. I do say that I saved about $60 because they had someone on eBay, these were both, well, actually, this was from Facebook Marketplace. Someone on eBay actually had the Australian version, which has a different box set, and by different I mean bad. Basically, theirs was just all these cases, but with the MA logo instead of the British ones, which is a bit annoying, but it doesn't really matter. And it came in just a like thin cardboard box. It did come with a booklet, which I don't know what the booklet includes, but I don't really care because someone was outbidding me on it, and they were happy to bid further than $120. And you know, I quickly browsed Facebook Marketplace, found this one, which was closer. I mean, one was in Castlemaine, one was in Tullamarine. They're not very far. They're like an hour and a half from each other, but it's like I could just buy this and or I got it delivered in from Tullamarine. It cost me $75, so I'm like, that's fine by me. That's a pretty fucking cheap way to get what's basically 8 seasons. So yeah, saved a lot of money. Still has some nice artwork for each case. I don't know if any of these have been viewed before. I'd imagine someone probably did. I don't know. It may have just come in damaged and they opened it up to make sure it came with all the discs and everything. But I do like all the artwork. I could probably put these on the shelf, whatever, but I probably will just keep them in the box. I think that's the benefit. Like the Breaking Bad set that I got was like the Australian set of this, where, you know, it just comes with a thin, cardboard case. But this one doesn't. This one comes in like a proper, like, nicely photographed. I mean, it's still kind of the same box anyway, but this just feels nicer. I guess this is a continuation. Yeah, I wanted to do a continuation. I'm really out of it right now. So I've been up. It's like 2 a.m. I just got home. I've had work I worked till like 2:30 today from 9, and then I had to 2 hours later get to the city to film 2 hockey games. And I fucked up while filming, so the live streaming commentary didn't work for like the first half of the first game, literally the first half of the first game. It wasn't until I realized, I meant to plug in 2 XLR cables from there into this like dashboard thingy that we've got that, you know, you pull the thingy up and makes the sound go whammy, and you plug those into the camera. The whole time I was thinking to myself, how exactly does the audio from the commentators get into the live stream when it's not connected to anything? The door, you plug it into the fucking camera, the camera is plugged into the live streaming feed. Anyway, it's just one of those days where I have to live stream by myself, and it's just complicated. Anyway, I got stuff in the mail. Firstly, I got Brett. Video on screen now, I guess. This is so I've displayed him with the bloody Xenomorph, which I think is really fucking cool. I actually ordered them on Amazon. He was probably $60 to $70, but because of course I got Parker for free in the end, it kind of makes up for it. So yeah, and I just really need to get Ripley in the jumpsuit and Dallas, which are really, really hard and really, really expensive, so it's probably never going to happen. I probably might get the prototype Xenomorph. Obviously, the big chap, I need a 6-inch version, but I'm pretty happy with the 1/4 scale. But yeah, I thought that Brett came with a flamethrower. He doesn't. I'm a little disappointed by that, but that's because Ripley does, but Ripley also comes with the tracker, the motion tracker. The thing is, so does Brett. So I'm like, I'll pose Brett with the motion tracker, I'll pose Parker with the flamethrower on his back, and the cattle prod in his hands, even though, of course, the flamethrower is cooler. And hopefully I'll get Ripley and pose her with the flamethrower. But yeah, Brett's got a really nice design to him. I love the jacket. I love how it says the Strom on the back. He's the only one outside of Parker who is just in normal clothes. I mean, obviously Ash is as well, and if you get jumpsuit version of Ripley, she is too. Okay, so most of them are actually in regular clothing, not just spacesuits, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to get the rest of the crew by now. If you're wondering how many I do have, just even by looking at the back of the box, quarter scale xenomorph, bloodied 6-inch xenomorph. I've got the Geiger 6-inch xenomorph, which they're not really 6, they're like 8 inches tall, let's be honest. But I really like the Geiger one. I preferred they over getting the big chap, and I know the big chap is slightly different to the bloody one because like the texture and the kind of helmety dome is a lot lighter in the big chap version, whereas in the bloodied version it's more mistier. I kind of prefer the mistier look, so that's why I went with the bloodied one instead. Also, I could get it much cheaper on eBay. Yeah, then you got Kane. I've got the facehugger on him. You got Ash, who's amazing, and Lambert. Yeah, so it's good. It's good stuff. And Ripley in spacesuit, which was the first one I wanted to get, and I got her with Lambert and the Geiger alien, which I think was a good bundle. Anyway, I also got movies. I haven't opened this one because it came in today, and I had to go out to work. This is IMPRINT's Ned Kelly. I basically got all these, from Amazon. I wanted to get, it's like I Married a Monster from Outer Space. Obviously, the original version's impossible to get now, the slip-cover version. I looked on eBay, I couldn't find anything. So I figured, alright, I'll just go the standard version. And they had it on Amazon for $25. There was only a few left. So I figured, alright, I'll buy one. That hasn't come in yet. It won't come in for like the next 2 weeks or some shit, which is bizarre. Even though it has shipped. So that's your artwork. It's not bad artwork, I'll be honest. Obviously, me being an Australian, of course I know about Ned Kelly. He's that dude who was a Kelly. We like our outlaws here in the Australians. But yeah. I don't know why I'm still collecting imprints. I watched On the Beach last night because I finally got around to watching it. I literally haven't watched a movie for a whole week. Do you know how rare that is? A whole week. But I watched On the Beach last night, mostly because I've been watching like Mad Men. I've been busy with work. I had an athletics carnival on Tuesday night. I was really tired. It's been a long week. Went to Castlemaine and everything. I got Face Behind the Mask. There is no real reason why I bought any of these except for basically the next one and Outrage, which I'll get to later. This one I also prefer the artwork on the inside. I think that's amazing artwork. I love the stylization, the font. Just look, Peter Lorre is scary with and without his face. He's basically the same person. It's kind of great, I'll be honest. It's a really interesting set. I haven't seen any of these yet. But yeah, I did watch On the Beach, which is the other imprint version, which I will note 2 things about it, because I would do an anime of Blu-ray, but there's a lot of special features. Really nice set. It comes with 5.1 audio, which isn't available on like any other Blu-ray. And I listened to that. I compared it with it's like LPCM or LCPM 2.0 stereo, which you can get on the Kino release and the British release, because they're basically the same release. In fact, these are all basically the same releases, except On the Beach, the Australian one comes with the documentary Fallout, comes with new special features. It's probably the best version to get, because in terms of print-wise, they're apparently all the same, because they all have the same issues. They look great. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, we've got this print, we're going to do like a 2K remaster probably. I'd argue it doesn't say 4K, so... And then... but because the print has a lot of damage to it, it's like you're going to get all these like marks and stuff, some dirt spots here and there. But there are some shots, like 85 to 90% of it looks clean as hell. Beautiful. But then that other 10 to 15%, you get some weird jump frames, you get some kind of splotches and dirt around the screen, all kinds of weird artifacts. At first I thought it was a really shitty copy, because, Imprint are known for occasionally having bad copies of films. But no, it's just the print that exists because it's such an old film. And I'm kind of okay with that because it's like, yeah, it's fair. At least the imprint version has a 5.1 track, which I did compare the pair. I thought the 5.1 was just a bit better, a bit more spacious than the stereo. The stereo still sounded great, but I thought the initial stereo I was listening to was bad because I actually started with 5.1, jumped to, because the audio can be splotchy at depending on the location of where they filmed some places. Frankston? No, just on the boat. But there's just some stuff in between that's when I jumped audio tracks, because it's really tricky to do it on the 4K player. You got to basically go into this whole settings thing, and then you got to have the movie playing whilst the audio track jumps, and then you get like a 2-second delay between audio tracks. It's really annoying. It's like when you press play and press pause. You know, you click pause and then you click play, and then it's gonna play it, but it won't have the audio immediately. I don't think that's a player issue. I think it's because it's hooked straight to the TV, and the TV has to output it through to the receiver, which then goes out to the speakers. I think that's the delay. But either way, I jumped through what I thought was the LPCM 2.0. Turns out it was the audio commentary, so it sounded really, really weird. And then I suddenly had a voice coming in. I'm like, oh, this is the commentary. Let's jump. Okay, next one's the commentary. Okay, now we're back to, So, yeah. But I looked into some of the special features, some of the video essays. Really good video essays. 20-minute things. There's one by Kim Newman. The other one, Kat Ellinger. Both really nice. Next up we have Sorry Wrong Number. Another one of their first ever imprints. Similar in fashion, I would say, to, because one of the only first imprints I have is When Worlds Collide, outside of now No Way to Treat a Lady, which is number 7. I have the War of the Worlds one that's, like this, which I know, I really hate that, because that one's outside of being really, really expensive to get the slipcover version. I've literally got all of these now. I've got Waterloo, I've got The Duelist, I've got War of the Worlds, and I Married a Monster from Outer Space is coming in the next 2 weeks. It says the 19th of September. It's currently it's now the 10th, because it's Saturday morning. But yeah, they'll all be the reprints, which sucks, but that's just how it is. But yeah, Sorry Wrong Number. Figured why not. Mostly also because I really wanted the I Married a Monster from Outer Space, and I could only get it through getting that, and then these were like, oh, buy 2, get 1 free. So I bought 2 and got 1 free, basically. It's not really buy 2, get 1 free, because it basically just cuts $10 off each order, so instead of them being $30 each, it's $20 each, because it's $60 instead of $90. So included in that bundle, which was also with the Ned Kelly one, was this one, Haunted. I believe it was with this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, definitely, because this one's the expensive one, $30 one. I've heard this one doesn't have an amazing print. At least I read up on it, Bluray.com. It has interesting artwork. It's an interesting concept for a film as well. I do like these kind of films. I wanted to get this a while ago. I decided against it, but because it was in their sale, I figured I'd pick it up. And last but not least, which is kind of surprising, I thought there was something else here. I guess I'll double check. But Outrage. This one I'm really interested in for a lot of reasons, outside of being a really interesting kind of piece of time after the code ended and stuff like that, and talking about its subject matter, but also the fact that it's a audio commentary by Alexandra Helen Nicholas, which I'm really interested to listen to. Also, really nice artwork on both the packaging and this. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited for this one. He says, knowing exactly what the subject matter of the film is about. It's a bit dark. Anyway, this has been way longer for a continuation, but I'm tired, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time when I'm much more awake. Also, this is the TikTok shirt I got. It's really cute. I would have worn the other one, but I wore that to work, and I don't want it really. I just took it off, so. Bye. Shit, I'm tired.